Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to A-Train Gaming. Today's video, I want to show you guys my Black Ops 3 competitive class setups that I use. Now, this is just for Arena because I haven't quite started game battles yet, so it's just what I'm using when I play with my friends in Arena. So I'm mostly an assault rifle player. Hardpoint, I like to make sure we're getting the good spawns. Uplink and CTF, I'll kind of play conservative and go for map control, but I do run a sub sometimes, so I'll show you what I run for the sub first. So remember, with the ban and protect system, this could be replaced with a CUDA with 3 attachments, a VMP with 3 attachments, but the gun is like what I would prefer, but if it gets picked or banned or whatever, I can go to another sub. So what I will run, and this is for uplink, CTF, or hardpoint, is usually this one. I run suppressor, fast hands, pretty much on every single class, no matter what the game mode. Very important because blast suppressor, they can see where you're spawning and where you're coming from. And then I run afterburner and overclock, because in the respawns I usually run a weapon like the annihilator, the scythe, the purifier. I also run overclock. So not only do I want to get as fast to the hardpoint or to the flag as possible with afterburner, but I want to be able to get my specialist as quickly as possible. Now my next subclass is if I need to play more objective based, and I'll throw on a Semtex and a trophy, and I'll keep overclock, fast hands, blast suppressor. This basically is just a hardpoint class, and I like to keep overclock again because again I'm running those weapons and I would like to get it as much as possible. Now if I'm just going to be sitting in the hill, I won't need afterburner quite as much. It's still pretty important, but I prefer getting a trophy and a Semtex in for my OBJ class. And now to my main AR class, that I use this class in pretty much every respawn. This is what I'll go to unless they're using something that requires me to mix it up. So I use the M8 with Elo sight, stock, and long barrel. I do not run quick draw on it. I won't run rapid or high caliber. These are the 3 that I run, and it's done great for me. Always put in an RK5. I wish I could run extended mags, but I don't have room. I've kind of gone back and forth between the RK5 and the LCAR, but the RK5 is my pistol of choice. So, and then I will run afterburner, fast hands, blast suppressor, and overclock. Same as the sub perks, just what I like to run, get that weapon, and get the speed I have. And then here's my OBJ class, same exact thing as the sub, but just in case I need to play in the hill more with an AR, maybe on like an AR dominated map like Fringe or something. So that's the same exact class. And then here we have my AR uplink class, same attachment, same secondary. Blast suppressor is the most important thing I think on uplink, and just you need that speed when you grab the ball. Fast hands, blast suppressor as usual, and then I throw in 2 concussions because I like to concussion the guy with the ball when he grabs it. Flashbangs are nice too, but I think in uplink concussions are better because they can still run away with the ball, they just can't see. I'd rather have them be able to not move and kind of delay that push, so I run 2 concussions for uplink. And the weapon, I don't run overclock because it's not that important in uplink. Like, I can just get the annihilator once or twice and that's fine. I don't really need to get it any more than that. And then here's my S&D classes. I take a lot of time on these. I only have 1 sub on this, and I have the same sub as the respawns. Remember, with the ban and protect, it could be replaced. And I run always, usually fast hand suppressor, blast suppressor, dead silence, and I put on afterburner. Another thing I can do if I'm not going to run afterburner is I can just do this and replace it with a nade if there's a map where I like to stun check. So I'll switch depending on what the map is, but that's what I'll basically use if I'm using a sub. But again, most of the time I'm using an assault rifle. Now here's probably my favorite class. I've gone back and forth between doing a sub with double nades or AR with double nades, but I just made this class. So I run the M8 with the same 3 attachments all the time. Always want to have a pistol in your back pocket, only if you have an assault rifle for those close quarter gunfights. I throw on double nades, and then I have this danger close, so I can use 2 of them. And then I only ran fast hands and blast suppressor. Now it's gone back and forth whether if you only have room for blast suppressor or dead silence, which one you should run. I personally run blast suppressor just because I myself look at the mini-map a lot in search, and when somebody doesn't have blast suppressor, it's so obvious as to where their team is pushing for the bomb. Dead silence, I just play a little bit slower, get these double nade spots, and probably just post up a little bit. So that's my double nade class, probably my favorite class. Like, I'll use it on multiple maps. I have some nade spots. And this is my search and destroy flat class. This class really will only be used if the enemy calls in an HC car, or maybe if they're just pre-naded a bunch of stuff. Always the M8, same attachments, RK5. Always those 3 perks, fast hands, blast suppressor, dead silence, and then I just run flak. So basically, if they call in their HC car at the beginning of the round, I'll switch to this, and then I don't have to worry about being so passive. Now this class is called my search post-up class, and what that means is I have 1 trophy on this class, everything else is the same. And this is for if I want to just camp an area and make sure I don't get naded. For example, Fringe, that back rock looking down trains and behind the barn, or that head glitch to the right alley. Like, there's a lot of maps and spots that I like to post up on Stronghold, on the bomb site, on B-Bomb, or behind that head glitch that everyone uses. There's a couple spots that I like to just head glitch so I don't, and just throw down a trophy so I don't have to worry about it. This is a class I use really only depending on the maps. Sometimes I'll change it up depending on what the map is. And here's my regular class that I'll run most of the time in Search and Destroy. And that's my M8, my RK5, and then I run Afterburner, Fast Hands, Blast Suppressor, and Dead Silence. I currently run Afterburner because I like to hit as many G slides as I can in a row. Get there as fast as you can. Overclock not really that important for me in Search because of the specialists I run. And real quick, guys, I'm just going to sort of point out the specialists that I do use, even though this was a class setup. So basically, the weapons that I will use the most, I will use the Annihilator or the Purifier. Those are the two weapons I will use if I have to. I run the Purifier maybe on like Stronghold and Breach, and then I'll run the Annihilator and Uplinks and CTFs. And then for Search and Destroy, I've gone back and forth between, I've used Camo, I've used Heat Wave, but the way I play, I've used Kinetic. Now I basically use Vision Pulse, and it takes a while to get Vision Pulse, but I like it because you may only get it one search, maybe twice, if you're doing really well. I like to just hit a bomb on offense and Vision Pulse completely, and if I don't see anyone and we know we can get the bomb right down, or on defense, you rush a bomb site and just see where they're going. Vision Pulse is very useful. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all later.